Test 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Insurance Benefits Alleged Committee for the 6th day of September. Are you there, Terry?
Yes, I am.
I want you to know that I am participating today under AB 2449. Do you have any additional requests from me?
No, there are no requests for emergency circumstances, and you are participating for just cause, physical disability.
Yeah, I'm doing this because I had surgery yesterday on my back and didn't think it was a smart thing to be driving in this morning. And even though it was only a 21-minute surgery, I will tell you all about it later, but they gorilla glued a broken back. So they actually glue these vertebrae when they break, and I fractured a vertebrae because I'm spastic. But anyway, all right, so.
Okay, Mr. Robbins, I can do the roll call.
Please.
For the meeting. This meeting is being conducted virtually and in person, so I will do a roll call of the trustees to confirm attendance. Trustee Knox will not be participating in today's meeting. Ms. Ginsburg? Here. Mr. Santos?
Here.
Ms. Gray will be in later. Mr. Bernstein? Mr. Sanchez?
Here.
Mr. Oakham?
Here.
Mr. Green? Ms. Greenwood? Mr. Kehoe?
Present.
Mr. Harris?
Present.
Chair Robbins.
Present.
Staff participating in the meeting include CEO Santos Kryman, Deputy CEO Louis Lugo, AEOs JJ Popovich and Laura Guglielmo, Chief Counsel Stephen Rice, Legislative Affairs Officer Barry Liu, from Retiree Healthcare, Cassandra Smith, Director, and Kathy Magida, consultants Stephen Murphy, Debbie Donaldson, and Michael Zito from Siegel. Trustees, please use the raise your hand Zoom option to be placed in queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute your mics until you are ready to speak, and we may now proceed with the agenda.
Thank you very much. We're already through items 1 and 2. Item number 3 is approval of the minutes of the August 2nd meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Are there any changes, additions, subtractions? Seeing none. Where'd you vote?
I'll do a roll call. Mr. Kehoe?
Aye.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Harris?
Aye.
Chair Robbins.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item 4 is public comment. Do we have any requests from the public to address the committee?
I have no requests.
Great. Okay. We are now into reports. Item 5A, the engagement report for August. Barry, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, and good morning, Chair Robbins and trustees. So this month's report with some interesting items for your attention. The first one is a statewide survey from the Public Policy Institute of California. Turns out this is the 25th year that they've been doing a survey that sort of takes a pulse of Californians and their perceptions of government. So the top 3 issues that Californians name as important are economic conditions, homelessness, and housing. And then in terms of economic conditions, about 6 in 10 Californians believe that the state is in a state of recession, and about 6 in 10 adults have experienced financial hardships from inflation, which, although it has been reduced, it continues to be, front and center in people's perceptions. And also about 6 in 10 are in favor of changing environmental regulations and permitting in order to make housing more affordable. So those, top 3 issues are definitely things on their mind. Also, about 4 in 10 Californians think the budget situation is a big problem, although a majority do favor the governor's budget plan, which had been released recently. And then about half of likely voters also favor raising state taxes on the largest corporations in the state. As far as a disaster preparedness, that's sort of becoming a fact of life in terms of, wildfires and then also the recent storms that we've had. So people do have, they do have a disaster plan or a disaster kit as far as dealing with this issue. And also most adults have either a great deal or some confidence in state and local government authorities in dealing with disaster readiness. And then a wide margin of Californians views immigrants as a benefit rather than a burden, and they also favor policies that provide either a pathway to citizenship or also provide healthcare coverage to those who are undocumented. And then lastly, an overwhelming majority of adults have gloomy views about the state of the nation in terms of, for instance, of political polarization that we've seen. Majorities along party lines think that the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction, and they expect bad economic times in the next year. And then also in terms of approval ratings for performance, about half of, I guess, of people in California approve of President Biden and Senator Padilla's performance, whereas fewer approve of Senator Feinstein, Speaker McCarthy, or the U.S. Congress in general. The next item is about a city in New Hampshire, West Haven. Over the years, you've seen various local jurisdictions that have changed their pension plan to a 401k plan, have decided to reinstate their plans because they see that this puts them at a competitive disadvantage in terms of retention, especially if their neighboring jurisdictions have a pension plan, but they don't. So West Haven has been seeing retention issues, so they've reinstated the plan and would allow people to buy back their prior service time that wasn't in the plan by paying 8% of their base pay. The next item is about the state-run IRAs. So Maine and Colorado have decided to partner together for their plan. Colorado has already established a plan, so Maine is basically kind of piggybacking on their plan as a template. And so that'll help reduce costs for both programs, although each state will run their plans independently. So Colorado's plan began in 2020, and it currently has about 12 million in assets. But Colorado has also planned to partner with the state of New Mexico as well. So, in the future, who knows, you might see more of these partnerships where they can either reduce costs or have more economies of scale in terms of running their plans. And then lastly, from the Center for Retirement Initiative at Georgetown, their information about state-sponsored plans is that currently combined, they hold about 1 billion in assets. There are currently about 19 state programs, but the largest ones in operation are California, Oregon, and Illinois. And then the rest of the states are, in various stages of either opening up their plans or, developing their plans. So that concludes my report. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions? I don't see any hands.
I do.
Herman, there you go.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Thank you for your report. Have ever been an economic study at the national level regarding the defined benefits, similar to what we did here? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know the National Institute of Retirement NERS, they've done studies for each state. So I don't know if it's an overall study, but they've broken it down per state. And California, is part of their study as well. They update that, I think, every 2 years. So I've reported that in the past, and I can check to see if they have a current, study available.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? I'm not seeing any. Thank you very much, Barry. Item B, staff activities report. Cassandra.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Just a couple of things to report. Retiree healthcare, as you know, we brought on 6 new trainees, which freed up some of the other staff to focus on triage on our work. And basically what that entails is they go through the forms that are coming in to make sure that everything is collected that is needed in order to complete that processing before assigning it to those that process it. That backlog has been cleared, and now they're working from day to day, whatever comes in. So the only things we have pending are the ones that we're waiting on additional information from the members. The next thing is on the 17th of August, Siegel, along with myself and Kathy, we met with United Health at their Cypress office to conduct our due diligence, our on-site due diligence. At that time, we reviewed our MAPD, which is the Medicare plan with United Healthcare, the utilization and everything. So we have completed the United Health due diligence as well as our utilization review with them. And then lastly, Mr. Robbins had brought up to me, based on a member's contact to him regarding the RSV vaccine. Apparently, the vaccine contract that we have with CVS has to be renewed every year. We have, our benefit is broader than what the standard vaccine coverage is. And so that requires that we have to sign up every year. Members were going in and getting the RSV vaccine. However, it was being denied. That is now being worked on and corrected, at which time CVS will be going back and adjusting those claims and reimbursing those members that had to pay out of pocket. And that is it. Any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Cassandra? Cassandra, I don't want to steal Mr. Kryman's thunder, but I was reading yesterday while I was bored at the hospital, his CEO report for about the third time, and I thought the information in there about the Cigna Dental, our retirees are not using their Cigna Dental benefits. And those numbers of retirees that haven't used any dental benefits in the last year, I mean, it was like surprisingly staggering.
Right.
But anyway, I hope we get some response from that, although it probably won't help the claim, but it isn't like, not like that benefits berserko benefit anyway, but they can get their teeth cleaned 4 times a year under that benefit. The older
Correct.
you get, the more important it is to take care of that kind of stuff. I was just shocked that we have that many retirees who are not utilizing any claims at all. So
Les, you know the reason that is, don't you?
I don't know the reason.
They want to go to their dentist, and
Well, they can go to their dentist if they're in the one plan. So there's 2 plans, but they can't go to, I mean, I go to my own dentist. So, I mean, he takes
Sandra,
insurance.
are most of them on that plan where they can go to their dentist?
Yes, this
Really?
is for that plan. Yes, it's just members that have not been using, and it could be still from COVID. We have seen an uptake in
Yeah, that's
people
amazing.
going, but not everybody has returned to going back to their dentist. So we've seen over 30,000 members between the member and their dependents that have not been using their dental coverage. So this was just a reminder to them, particularly those that have a chronic condition, because you don't realize not getting your teeth clean can cause additional health issues.
Anyone have any other questions? I got us off track there a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, we're on item C, LACERA claims experience. Michael, are you ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready, sir. On the first page contains the premium and enrollment for LACERA's medical and dental and vision plans. For the medical enrollment, the enrollment increased by 185 members compared to the prior month's report, and the dental and vision enrollment increased slightly by 227 members compared to the prior month's report. On the next page, please. So we're now in the July 1st, 2023 plan year. At the top chart has been updated. As you can see, there's a Siegel benchmark trend of 7.7%, and Kaiser has exceeded the benchmark by approximately 3%, whereas Anthem and Cigna's non-Medicare plans are pretty consistent with Siegel's benchmark trend for 2023. At the bottom table, the Anthem year-over-year trend increased from 7.2% to 8.0% compared to the prior report. Cigna's year-over-year trend increased slightly from 0.7% to 1.8% compared to the prior month's report. And Kaiser's year-over-year trend remained unchanged compared to the prior month's report. Next page, please. On an aggregate basis for Anthem's non-Medicare and Medicare plan, the year-over-year trend increased from 7.3% to 7.9%. And then if you look over to the right, there's a prudent buyer plan. The prior month's report reported a 21.4% increase. Currently, as of July 2023, the increase is 23.9%. This is due to increased claims of 18.8%, while the membership decreased by 4%. Next page, please. Next page contains the Kaiser utilization report. This remains unchanged from the prior report. Next page, please. This slide contains the high cost claimant report. The Anthem year-over-year trend decreased from 122.2% to 85.7% compared to the prior report. Cigna's year-over-year trend decreased by 22% compared to the year-over-year trend decrease of 24.1% in the prior month's report, and Kaiser's year-over-year trend remains unchanged from the prior report. Next page, please. This contains the pharmacy drug rebates, and it remains unchanged from the prior report. Next page, please. At the top chart that contains the dental claims experience. The year-over-year trend increased slightly from 2.6% to 2.9%. Based on Siegel's internal dental trends, we're projecting a 4% trend increase. Please note this doesn't include any administrative expenses or any other costs associated with the renewal. And at the bottom table contains the vision claims. The year-over-year trend increased from 0.8% to 4.3%. And for the vision trend, for 2023, we're projecting a 2.0% or lower trend. Thank you.
Cassandra, are they using the vision? Do they use the visions?
They will use the vision. Many of them have vision benefit. If, say, for example, if you have Kaiser, you have a vision benefit where you get your exams. However, you can get your glasses and get reimbursed. So we do see that they are utilizing that. It's just the dental that is lagging.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, now I can see the screen. Are there any other questions? I'm assuming that hand that was up was Ron's, because I saw a hand down at the bottom of the screen, but because of the presentation, I couldn't see anything else. Okay, we are now on item D. Is Mr. Murphy alive and well?
He is not, and I'm Debbie Donaldson, Mr. Chair. I'm here to take place for Steve Murphy this morning. And Mr. Chair and members of the board, good to see everybody, and Cassandra. I do not have any federal updates for you all today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I kind of wondered who the stranger was down in the lower left-hand corner of my computer screen. So
that's me, Les. Good to see you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're on item 6, items for staff review.
I have nothing.
Item 7, items for future agendas.
I have nothing.
Nothing from Cassandra either, I take it. Okay. So how about good of the order? I'm just going to recognize people that put their hand up if anybody does, so we can just handle the good of the order after the Board of Retirement meeting. So no goods of the order hands going up. So thank you very much. And we are now ready for item 9, adjournment. Need a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, and we are adjourned.
Recording stopped.